Welcome to the closing session, and welcome also colleagues outside of this room. We are really happy that so many of you from all over the world watching now the closing session of this great conference in Wrocław, Poland. We have an exciting program for you. Today is the last day in office for our President, Donna Scheeder. This closing session is Donna's last official duty. Please join me in welcoming our President, Donna Scheeder, to present her final address.
Honored guests, IFLA members and colleagues, good afternoon. I come before you today with joy and a bit of sadness, as this is my final opportunity to address you as your president. The last 2 years have probably been the most meaningful of my life, and that is thanks to many people. It has been a joy to work with both our Secretary Generals, Jennifer Nicholson and now Gerald Leitner, and also the wonderful IFLA staff that includes veterans and an army of new staff, all of whom have responded to the challenges of the last 2 years. Will all of the staff please make yourselves known so we can show you how much we appreciate your efforts? Where are you? Please stand up. It has also been a pleasure to work with the IFLA leadership, the governing board, a great group of standing committee chairs and members, and of course the IFLA advisory committees. Not only do you take action all year long to identify issues, create solutions, and lead the profession globally in your practice areas, but what you plan for this conference continues to show the world how libraries are leading the way when it comes to transforming society. Thank you so very, very much. IFLA could not be successful by itself. We have a great network of strategic partners that continues to grow, and these alliances are critical to our success. Many are long-standing, such as UNESCO, the Blue Shield, and the network of libraries that house our preservation and conservation centers. And quite a few are newer. I want to extend a special welcome to the Public Library Association and TASHA, the Center for Research and Social Change, Technology and Social Change, who are our legacy partners. We are so happy to be working together with you to unite the library field. I am also very lucky to be surrounded in my life by some very supportive people who encouraged me every step of the way. It was the Library of Congress and my director at the time, Dan Mulholland, who decided I would represent CRS, the Congressional Research Service, and sent me to my first IFLA Congress 20 years ago. They continued their support past my retirement by hosting the North American Vision Meeting earlier this year, and I want to thank them very much for that. I have many professional colleagues, a number of whom are here, especially from the Special Libraries Association, but I must single out one, Jane Dysart, whose unwavering support is deeply appreciated. And finally, I need to thank one person most of you have never met, my best friend, Peter Waldron, who listens patiently, gives great advice, tells me yes, I can when I need to hear that, and is my all-around MVP. That is a sports term, most valuable player. I am so grateful to all of you. The Trend Report and the Lyon Declaration inspired me to envision a future where libraries are seen as critical assets in their communities, and I use that word community in the broadest sense. I knew what we could potentially be together, And I was pretty sure that all of you had that feeling too, but time was running out. It was not enough to talk. We had to act, so my theme became libraries, a call to action. It has been 2 years since I stood before you and issued the call to action for the first time. I asked if you would take this journey with me, and I was overjoyed when I heard your resounding yeses, sees, we's, and every other language affirming your commitment. While my expectations were high, I never imagined that we would travel so far together so fast, and I thank you deeply for what you are doing. Your response to the call to action has been magnificent. As president of IFLA, it is important to me to bring the call to action to you directly. I was honored to be asked to speak at national meetings this year, 2017 on, in China, Cuba, Mexico, the United States, Canada, Russia, Bulgaria, Poland, and India. These visits allowed me to see amazing work to transform libraries all over the world, in many cases without an infusion of new monetary resources. It also allowed me to personally meet and thank colleagues in these countries who are unable to come in person to the IFLA Congress. But I hope some of those people are out there watching the streaming video and are with us today. So if you are, I'm speaking to you. I saw firsthand the importance of strong library associations and their dedications to raising the profile of libraries in their countries and their efforts to help their members develop new skills and remain current in the practice of old ones. And I thank them for their extraordinary work. These trips made real for me the importance for IFLA to have a regional strategy that makes our presence real and operational in countries around the world. I also saw regionalism in action when I spoke at 2 meetings, the Association of Parliamentary Libraries of Asia and Oceania, and the Conference of Directors of National Libraries of Asia and Oceania. Both of these meetings demonstrated great examples of the importance of regional cooperation and what good things happen when librarians work together on a regional basis. I realized that a regional strategy might also be employed successfully by some of IFLA's sections, and I hope you will think about that and maybe work on that in the future. And finally, I was put to work in many of the countries I visited. I met with ministers and other decision makers to bring them the message that libraries are a critical part of the infrastructure that will help them to achieve their national goals. You have been responding to the call for action at a national level as well. The launch of the Lyon Declaration in 2014 began the campaign to position libraries and librarians to be critical players in working with governments to achieve the UN 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. As President-elect and President, I represented you at the United Nations, and we successfully advocated for inclusion of the critical role that information plays towards achieving the SDGs and the recognition of libraries as a critical part of the infrastructure for achieving that goal. Or, as I said in New York a few weeks ago, there is no truly sustainable development without access to information, and no meaningful inclusive access to information without libraries. So last year, at this conference, I reminded you that it was now up to you to get libraries as part of the National Development Plan, and you responded. The torch was passed to you, and you took action. You attended the IFLA advocacy workshops where you planned your campaigns, including awareness-raising activities and meetings with your policymakers to ensure libraries are recognized as key partners in supporting the United Nations 2030 Agenda. I had the honor of keynoting a meeting in Sofia, Bulgaria that is part of this program. 73 countries are now officially part of this effort, and IFLA is supporting your efforts, collecting and publishing your stories in a booklet of examples and recommendations for policymakers, demonstrating the contribution of libraries to the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. Most recently, I had the honor of launching the first of a series of reports, the Development and Access to Information, or as we call it for short, the DA2I report, at a reception during the United Nations High Political Forum, which was attended by the Undersecretary General of the UN and high-ranking representatives of several nations. I took their attendance as a positive sign that IFLA is making an impact. This report is the first of a series of annual reports that will monitor the progress countries are making towards fulfilling their commitment to promote meaningful access to information as part of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. It underlines the invaluable contribution that information access through libraries makes to promoting more socially and economically inclusive societies, and it should provide you with great supporting facts and statistics for your discussions with your policymakers. DA2I is a joint project between IFLA and TASHA, the Technology and Social Change Group at the University of Washington Information School, one of our two legacy partners, and I thank them. But this brings me to the most important call to action I will issue. It is one that extends far beyond my presidency. I began the original call when I was inspired by the trend report. And as we know, trends represent change, and there are two choices. You either ignore trends and live with the changes imposed upon you by other people, or you create the kind of change that you want to see for your libraries and your communities and yourselves. So last year I reported on the progress with building the change agenda and told you what I had learned from the many visits to your library association meetings around the world. I reported that I had seen amazing work going on all over the world, but that it was work happening in isolation. But I did promise that the best was yet to come. Well, this year we have made good on that promise. We are bold and are choosing to take a totally new direction, one which seeks to end the isolation and to unite us globally. What happened in Athens represents a major turning point in the effort to transform our libraries and ourselves. The second President's Meeting, Our Future of Change, Envisioning the Role of Libraries in the Information Community, confirmed the sense of urgency that is required to address the issues created by societal trends and the urgency with which we must address our task of charting a new course for our libraries and our profession. Once again, we heard how the pace of change continues to accelerate as new developments, such as the applications of artificial intelligence, proliferate. Speakers challenged us to change the way we think. Our keynote speaker, David Snowden, advised strongly that, quote, until you change the way you think about the past and the present, there is no future. While the message of change was similar to that of the first President's Meeting, thanks to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, we now have the opportunity to craft a global response in a way that has never been done before. We have been given that opportunity to craft that common global vision that is necessary to our success. The first vision workshops, plus the 6 regional workshops that followed, were only the beginning. So many of you took the message back to your countries. You convened your own workshops. You took them back to your library associations and professional units and involved many more of our community in this effort. I cannot thank you enough for your efforts to grow this movement. Your tweets, Facebook and Instagram postings, and online vision webinars have brought so many new librarians to this conversation, and you inspired me to work harder. But we are not done. At this Congress and the launch of the online platform, Our vision discussion has the potential to explode, but we will not achieve that goal without you. There are still many of our colleagues whose voices must be heard, and I ask you to call them to action. I ask you to get them engaged in this process. Will you do this when you leave here today? Yeah. Thank you. I want to hear it louder one more time. Will you engage your colleagues?
Yeah.
Hey, all right. Yes, you have answered the call to action in ways I could not have imagined when I first issued the call 2 years ago. The call is alive and well thanks to all of you. If I have accomplished anything during my 2 years as president, it is because of you and your dedication to action. When you said yes to my questions 2 years ago, it was not an idle response. You meant it and you followed through, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Our work continues, and I have great expectations that Glòria Pérez-Salmerón will bring excellent new leadership to this effort. And I am sure that you will give her the energy and commitment to action that you have so graciously given to me. So it is with a bit of sadness that I step aside, but it has been a wonderful experience thanks to all of you. But I also do so with great hope for the future, because we are IFLA, and we are strong, and together we are creating the future. So I wish you all much success and happiness in all the years to come. And once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking this journey with me.
Stay with me, please.
What?
Stay with me.
Stay with you? Thank you. Oh. Get me teary.
Donna, it was such a great privilege for me to work with you during the last 2 years. And with you, with your leadership, IFLA started a wonderful journey to transform itself to a more participative and inclusive organization. You gave us such great leadership for it. It was wonderful to work with you, and I will never forget it. Thank you so much, and may I give you some flowers from all
Oh, my.
from here to this room, please.
Thank you. Thank you. This is such a wonderful organization, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. Thank you very much.
Esther,
Put this over here. You want it? Yes. Yeah. They are very big.
Esther. I invite now Maria Carme Torres y Calvo, Chair of the Professional Committee, to present the PC Awards for 2017. Please welcome our PC Chair to the podium. It's a long way, as you see. Here she is.
Thank you. I got my exercise today. IFLA's professional committee coordinates the activities of the professional units in IFLA. And that is the work of all the many excellent, enthusiastic, and dedicated professionals that work in the sections, the core activities, and special interest groups. They have helped us to produce the inspiring program of sessions this week, and also the satellite meetings that have taken place already or are about to take place. Their work goes on during the year to produce guidelines, standards, advocacy materials, newsletters, books, and online discussions, and deliver workshops, seminars, webinars, and much more. The effort and the dedication of these people is very much appreciated by us all. And it makes it a pleasure for my colleagues on the professional committee and for me to work with them. As a small gesture of appreciation and to recognize just one aspect of the work that takes place in these units, we present the award, the IFLA Professional Unique Communication Award 2017. This award focuses on IFLA activities of any IFLA professional unit: division, section, special interest group, strategic program, or core activity. It aims to stimulate ongoing change and innovation by recognizing and promoting excellent examples of communication and highlighting creativity in the communication work of IFLA's professional units. The activities awarded have taken place in the 12 months since the last IFLA World Library and Information Congress. And this year's joint winners are the Academic and Research Libraries section and the Knowledge Management section. In the past year, the Academic and Research Libraries section has shown great improvement and growth in their communication activities, using different platforms: website, Facebook, blog, Twitter, and mailing list. This section has also focused on communication with industry partners and members from developing countries, particularly through a grant program, doing an effective job in communication. The Knowledge Management section was selected for its comprehensive communication plan and the use of various communication tools: website, Facebook, Twitter, wiki, newsletter, and section leaflet. The jury particularly appreciated the section's effort to communicate in all IFLA languages and the section's good teamwork. The award will be received on behalf of the units by Mimi Calta, Secretary of the Academic and Research Libraries section, and Wilda Newman, Information Coordinator of the Knowledge Management section. So I would like to ask them to come forward and accept this award on behalf of their units and fellow committee members.
Oh no.
That's easy.
And now, our next award is the Best IFLA Poster 2017. The jury for selecting the winner of the Congress's Best Poster 2017 was comprised of IFLA Professional Committee members Perry Murray and Kirsten Bolt, and a representative from the IFLA professional units, Elizabeth James, from the Art Libraries section. The general impression is that the quality of the posters has improved greatly this year. Designs and layouts are clear and appealing, and the message is compelling. So the selection was really hard work, as there were many fine posters. But the jury managed in the end to identify the top 3. Number 15, Libraries for Social and Economic Change, from Finland, Tanzania, and Namibia. Number 140, Women Read, from Turkey. And poster number 185, The Buggy Ride, from Malaysia. But before we tell you who the winner is, we would also like to recognize a very special poster, which actually is a non-poster, non-poster number 151, because it was especially attractive, different, and appealing. It's called Solving the Mysterium, Learning the Library, from Finland. And now, the winner of the Best IFLA Poster 2017 is The Buggy Ride. Presented by Savariah Sayuti, Mastura Muhammad, and Nur Yasmin Jumhar from Malaysia. Please come forward to receive the award.
Thank you, Maria Carmen. Congratulations to all our award winners. Each year at the World and Library Information Congress, IFLA presents the Scroll of Appreciation to the Congress National Committee to acknowledge our gratitude to them for hosting our Congress. We have enjoyed a wonderful Congress here in Wrocław. I now invite the chairs of the World Library Information Congress 2017 National Committee, our Mayor Rafał Tuckiewicz, Dr. Tomasz Markowski, and Elisabetta Stefiancic to please join the President on the stage. You should go here.
Thank you so much for all you have done. No, they're done, yes? Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Tomas.
The speaking is a bit later in the ceremony.
Okay.
The IFLA Scroll of Appreciation is also awarded to members who have given distinguished services to IFLA. IFLA awards the Scroll of Appreciation to Elena Escolano Rodriguez in grateful recognition for her distinguished service to IFLA, particularly in the development, review, and internationalization of IFLA standards for cataloging and bibliographic control. Please welcome Elena Escolano Rodriguez to the stage to receive the Scroll of Appreciation.
Thank you.
IFLA also presents a Scroll of Appreciation to Terry Veach in grateful recognition of his distinguished contribution to IFLA and the library profession, especially in the internationalization of library and information science education. Terry Veach is unable to be here with us today. Please welcome Clara Chu to the stage to receive the Scroll of Appreciation on his behalf.
Santa Maria.
I see we have Anna Maria Tomarov here. Hello, Anna Maria.
Yes. Thank you. There you are.
Anna Maria.
Thank you very much.
IFLA also presents a Scroll of Appreciation to Nancy Bolt in grateful recognition for her outstanding services to IFLA and international librarianship, particularly in the development of government libraries and through her commitment to library services for people with special needs. Please welcome Nancy Bolt to the stage to receive the Scroll of Appreciation. Nancy, great that you are here.
Here you are.
Maybe you should go a bit
Congratulations.
more.
Yes. Thank you.
Congratulations. The IFLA Medal is awarded to a person or organization that has made a distinguished contribution either to IFLA or to international librarianship. The IFLA Medal is awarded to Martin Wade for his distinguished service to IFLA and international librarianship, championing freedom of access to information and core professional values. Let me say some words more to Martin. In a distinguished career spanning more than 40 years as a librarian and leader, Martin has embodied the spirit of IFLA's cause of ethics. He has worked particularly in public libraries, where he was head of library, information and learning at Glasgow City Council, the largest public library and information service in Scotland. He has also served as chair of the Chartered Institute of Library and Information Professionals, CILIP, in the UK. In 2002, Martin was the first public librarian to be appointed National Librarian and Chief Executive of the National Library of Scotland, where he stayed until 2014. While there, he led a significant period of innovation that widened public access to its world-class collections. This included the introduction of electronic legal deposit, ensuring that the library would begin to collect websites and born digital material in the same way that printed material has been collected for centuries. Martin has dedicated his professional life to the promotion of human rights. He has been invited to lead discussions worldwide relating to library development, ethics, professional values, and human rights. His activity in IFLA spans many years providing ongoing advice as IFLA's parliamentarian. He has been chair of the Freedom of Access to Information and Freedom of Expression Advisory Committee, known as FAIF, for 2 terms. Martin leads this committee with clarity, inclusivity, and a strong commitment to freedom of access to information and the entitlement of all to learning and education. Through this work, he has raised the profile of core professional values in the international library community. Martin, thank you so much for your work.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Here's your medal and your certificate.
Sorry.
Martin, can you give us some words? I'll take it for you.
IFLA President, President-elect, Secretary-General, and colleagues. I have to say I was both surprised but absolutely delighted when I received a letter, an old-fashioned letter, informing me that I was to be awarded the IFLA Medal. As Gerald says, I've been involved with IFLA for some time, in fact since 1999, when I was asked to join the United Kingdom National Organising Committee for the 2002 conference held in Glasgow. I have to admit that was a very interesting experience because I'd never been to an IFLA conference before, and so I didn't realise how wonderful and eclectic they are. And behind what really is a slight sense of organised chaos lies session upon session of inspirational ideas and discussion. But from 2001, I was a regular attendee, initially as a member of the organising committee, as I said, and then as Scotland's national librarian. And from then I was hooked. It's a wonderful opportunity to learn from colleagues, sharing experiences, creating a long-lasting network of friends and colleagues, and contributing as we all can. Over the years, I was drawn to become more closely involved with IFLA, initially as a speaker, and then, as Gerald said, as with the National Libraries Committee, and then I was approached to be chair of FAIF, IFLA's committee to the freedom of access to information and freedom of expression. I know Gerald said that, but I think we can't say that too often, because those are the values of librarianship to me. They are the values that are closest to my heart as a librarian. And as I've said to my colleagues recently, I think faith really is the conscience of IFLA and our profession. For me, our human rights underpin our professional ethics, and our ethics underpin what we do as librarians. Having the opportunity to work with IFLA, to engage with and support our worldwide profession has been rewarding. And now it's really wonderful to see IFLA go forward with its global vision. And I think this opportunity is open to all of us to build a stronger voice for a profession that every country needs as we continue our headlong rush into the digital world. I have and continue to enjoy my involvement with IFLA, and to receive this medal makes that involvement an honour as well as a pleasure, and I thank you all very much. Thank you.
We would now like to thank our outgoing governing board members and acknowledge their outstanding leadership and achievements over the last 2 years. I ask them to join the President on the stage. Margaret Allen, Kristen Bolt, Lloyda Garcia-Fabor is already at home, Nian Lek-Cho, Christine McKenzie, Andrew MacDonald, Perry Moray, Elna Miller is unfortunately not with us here, Barbara Schleihagen, Christine Willems, Frederick Sand, and Marie-Carme Torres de Calvo. Please join us on the stage. Can you?
You're welcome. Thank you, Jan, Christine, Mr. McDonald.
Thank you.
Carrie.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. Barbara. Where's Barbara? Okay. Christine. Frederick. Oops. And Maria Carme.
That's new. Thank you all for your outstanding contributions to IFLA and the library field in these 2 years. And we hope you can continue to be involved in some way in the future. And I'm happy to welcome here our President-elect for a group photo. Maybe you... And you will not be surprised when I have some nice claims for you here. To keep.
There we go.
Can you? It's
Okay.
That's, you get a Chinese one.
You have to put it up.
You want this one?
Together, we create the future. Thank you so much. And we count on you also in the future.
That gets sent to Barbara.
Not nothing. I would now like to introduce to you the governing board for 2017 to 2019. Cheng Huan Wen, please come. Marwa El San, Agnes Haidjo Barat, Barbara Lison, Patrick Losinski, Torbjörn Nilsson, Victoria Okoche, Victoria Owen, Viviana Quinones, Knut Schulz, Vicky MacDonald, Ann Ockerson, Maya Zuma, Antonio Arahova, Sueli Mara Soares Pinto Ferreira, Michael Dowling, Raissa Theodori, our President-elect for 2017 to 2019, Christine McKenzie, and our President for 2017 to 2019, Glòria Pérez-Salmerón.
Congratulations, Vicky. I think we move around.
Please, Donna, join also the new governing board in a group photo. IFLA is in an exciting time of transition where excellent leadership is extremely needed. We are confident that we will reach our ambitious goal with your leadership. Thank you for your contribution for the future. I guess you should. May I? Yeah. Presidents in the middle, please. Please, please, please. Yeah. Okay, that's the new governing board for 17 to 19.
Are you excited yet?
All the success to you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
We have also some new awards and surprises. The World Library Information Congress WOW is awarded to a person who shared the most inspiring social media post on Facebook or Twitter and demonstrated the benefits of attending World Library Information Congress to our wider audience. We had a total of 186 World Library Information Congress WOW entries. Thank you everyone for sharing your WOWs. They were all really inspiring. And I'm now really happy to announce the first World Library Information Congress WOW winner. It's Wrocław Jamison. Are you here with us in the room? Oh yeah, great, wonderful. We were really impressed as it included several pictures and summarized the inspiring experience that IFLA wants the World Library Information Congress to be. Congratulations on winning a free registration to the Congress next year in Malaysia.
Thank you.
So great, really.
Congratulations.
This means do it next year in the same way. You have the chance to get really a free registration for the next Congress.
You're welcome. Congratulations.
The World Library Information Congress Passport Competition was created to encourage active engagement with the exhibition. The winner of the free registrations to the World Library Information Congress 2018 are Anita Rukoc-Golek and Anoya Fernando. Congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you in Malaysia. And now, our chair of the Conference Advisory Committee will give us a statement about the selection of a host location for the World Library and Information Congress 2019.
We have several strong candidates for the World Library and Information Congress 2019. For the reason, IFLA is giving the candidates more time to develop their bids in order to get the best outcome for IFLA and its members. And the announcement is expected at the end of 2017. Thank you.
I have the pleasure now to invite Mr. Datuk Rashidi bin Hasbullah, Deputy Secretary General of the Ministry of Tourism and Culture of Malaysia, to me to the stage. Please join me on the stage. Mr. Minister.
Hi everyone. Jin Don Bray. Good afternoon to all of you. Donna Scheeder, the President IFLA, Mr. Gerard Lichner, IFLA Secretary General, also Ms. Glòria, the new elected President, Mayor of Wrocław, Mr. Duki Wiz, distinguished guests, honorable guests, members of IFLA Governing Board, members of media, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Government of Malaysia, I would like to invite all members of International Federations of Library Association and Institution, or IFLA, and all participants at this year's Congress to join us at the World Library Information Congress, the 84th IFLA General Conference and Assembly from 24th to 30th August 2018. It is exactly 1 year from today. We are indeed very proud that the Librarian Association of Malaysia and the National Library of Malaysia will host this prestigious Congress in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the members of IFLA Governing Board and Executive Committee for their confidence in Malaysia to host this prestigious event. I'm very positive that World Library and Information Congress in Malaysia will continue the same tradition, and we assure you that Malaysia will offer the best meeting experience for all the delegates. Ladies and gentlemen, we are delighted that Kuala Lumpur has been chosen as destination for the World Library and Information Congress, the 84th IFLA General Conference and Assembly, which will give us the chance to showcase the best of Malaysia has to offer, a rapidly developing Asia nation with world-class infrastructure and progressive view. Among the objectives of hosting the IFLA WLIC 2018 are to strengthen Malaysia professional leadership in promoting libraries and librarianship at the national, regional, and international level, and to promote an invaluable opportunity for Malaysian librarians to showcase and share best practices in the fields of information management and information communication technology. Through World Library and Information Congress 2018, Malaysia will be seen as a leader in cultivating a reading culture, as well as providing a platform to advocate and promote the importance of library and information services that will result in social, culture, and economic growth in the country. This is in line with the theme of IFLA WLIC 2018, which is Transform Library, Transform Society. For your information too, the Congress venue, Kuala Lumpur Convention Center, is located at Malaysia famous building, Petronas Twin Tower, which is the tallest twin tower in the world.
Wow.
It is a modern, purpose-built, award-winning meeting facility built in self-contained convention precinct in the heart of Kuala Lumpur. Within walking distance, there are over 12,000 rooms from budget to five-star accommodation option, multiple shopping center, easy access to transportation and touring option, all offering an excellent value for money proposition to accommodate each delegate's needs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time Malaysia has ever had the opportunity to host this prestigious event. Having been hosted in other Asia-Pacific cities, the arrival of conference to Malaysia is something that we all have been waiting for. This is our time to share with the delegates of World Library and Information Congress 2018 the many aspects of Malaysia that make it a truly Asian experience. Blessed with natural beauty, a melting pot of culture, and blend of old and new world charm, Malaysia is certainly the ideal destination for international convention and event. In addition, Kuala Lumpur has been voted by the survey carried out by CNN as fourth best shopping destination in the world. After New York, number 1, number 2, Tokyo, number 3, London, so Kuala Lumpur, number 4. So, please enjoy your shopping when you come to Kuala Lumpur next year. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, on behalf of the Malaysian team led by the Librarian Association of Malaysia and National Library of Malaysia, I would like to extend my highest gratitude and appreciation to the members of IFLA Governing Board for choosing Malaysia as the host of the World Library and Information Congress 84th IFLA General Conference and Assembly. We're looking forward to welcome the delegates or Selamat Datang to our beautiful country Malaysia in 2018. Before I end my speech, please enjoy a short welcome video prepared by our team. We do hope the video will show the glimpse of Malaysia and will attract you all to come to Kuala Lumpur next year. With that, thank you so much, everyone. I hope you really can come to Malaysia next year. Jing Ku Ya. Thank you so much. We have short video to show to you.
Thank you. Very good. We are so looking forward to this.
Very good speech of yours.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So come to Kuala Lumpur next year.
Thank you, Mr. Minister, for this kind invitation. Kuala Lumpur, we are coming. Colleagues, we are near the end of this session. We had a fantastic Congress here in Wrocław. Please welcome the chairs of the IFLA World Library Information Congress 2017 National Committee, the Mayor of Wrocław, Rafał Tuckiewicz, Dr. Thomas Markowski, and Elisabetta Stefancic to present the 2017 Congress wrap-up. Hello.
Welcome, everybody. I hope you enjoyed Wrocław. Mr. Minister, anyway, congratulations to Kuala Lumpur and Malaysia. Mr. Minister was talking about shopping. This is one of the most important slogans of the city of Wrocław. Wrocław, spend here your time and your money, please. And my feeling is you delivered. Thank you very much. My much more important feeling is connected with a certain dream about the future of the city of Wrocław, which should be much more international. And this is something what you delivered as well. I really appreciate. Because the political statement is pretty short. I love everything what is connected with national cultures, and I deeply hate everything what is connected with nationalism. Because I really appreciate, because nationalism is something similar to a stinking sweat. One needs to wash up from his body. And I'm calling, take a shower, Poland, take a shower, Europe, take a shower, the whole world. There is a famous book. We put this book last year on the list of UNESCO Memory of the World. This is a book from the 13th century located in one of the museums of Wrocław. And we do believe the very first written Polish sentence is to be found in this book. And now, this is a diary written in 13th century close to the city of Wrocław, written by German monk who was using Latin and who was describing a talk between a Czech farmer talking with his Polish wife. You see, I mean, German, Latin, Polish, and Czech. And this is the multicultural Silesia, this is the history of Wrocław, and this is the dream about the future of the city of Wrocław. And this very first Polish sentence is interesting as well, because this Czech farmer was telling his wife, take a rest and I would work for you. Anyway, there are two teams I wanted to say thank you very much. The fellows committee members, Andrzej Ociepa, Professor Elżbieta Barbara Zybert, Jędrzej Leśniewski. Please give them applause. And there is an organizing team, local planning team. The members are Katarzyna Ślaska, Magda Piasecka, who is my deputy, Joanna Golczyk, Jakub Grudniewski, Paula Matuszak. Give them applause, please. Please remember the proper pronunciation of the city name is Wrocław. Thank you very much.
Well, I have a longer speech. You know, we have been blessed by 270 volunteers and volunteer supervisors. So, may I ask our volunteers to stand? We can see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These volunteers are, of course, from Polish libraries, but also from 20 countries. It's an amazing community which were built here in Wrocław, very international city. 188 poster presentations shared perspective on the future of cataloging, the reading styles of future, the design of public library space, social innovation, partnerships and libraries, combined with presentations and exhibitions of 69 exhibitors. We had the opportunity to learn more about how the future of library services will be shaped. There are many people and groups who contributed to the success of this Congress. The IFLA team, including all members of the governing board and IFLA staff. We should like to thank Donna, Glòria, Gerald, and Josze. Thank you. And of course, the key IT group, our professional conference organizers as well. And special thanks to our sponsors. This support has allowed us to give you so much more than would have been possible to give you without their generosity. We are also deeply grateful to the local government officials who have worked with us to bring IFLA to Wrocław. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And to the Ministry of Culture and National Heritage for its contribution as well. I think we all can agree that this was an incredibly valuable Congress, exploring the topic of solidarity, by which I mean the cooperation of librarians of any kind throughout the world, and their shared goal of establishing democratic societies, societies which offer unlimited access to information, education, and knowledge. People in Poland link the concept of library-free access to freedom and democracy, to human friendship and friendly humanity. In order to raise the profile of libraries in society, in the service of education and science, and the shaping of citizenship, the solidarity of librarians is a priority. Together, let us work for the solidarity of libraries and societies for a better future. Let's take a look of some at the highlights from our Congress. Let's start.
I'm Pablo, and welcome to the Centennial Hall. We have over 3,000 people here from 122 countries, and we're just about to start the opening ceremony. Come inside.
Hello, people from the world.
It's my honor and pleasure to welcome you all to Poland.
People are great, and it's not too crowded. Everything is there, and the scenery is very beautiful, and the weather is very kind.
I'm bicycle librarian from Wood. I think that we can make change using simple ideas. That's why I love bikes and libraries.
One of the things that's exciting for me is because it is a global conference, I get to meet people from all around the world.
I'm from Finland, she's from Japan. And she's from Poland. And it's just, we are connecting over Japan.
I'm from Australia, which is quite an isolated country, I suppose, and it's great to have this opportunity to network with librarians on an international scale.
In my life, I'm gonna remember this time. It's amazing. Yesterday in the metro, just one guy came here and said, "What's happening? What's happening with this thing?" And it's the biggest meeting with librarians from the whole world.
Here right Now, can you wave to the camera, to the guy with the camera?
Apparently you enjoy the Congress. Now I would like to invite Mr. Datuk Rashidi Hasbullah from Malaysia. Yes. Yes. As you return home to begin preparations for next IFLA Congress in Kuala Lumpur, we would like to present you with this gift from the National Library of Poland, from people of Poland. This is a facsimile of piano concerto by Frédéric Chopin, the most famous Polish composer. Presenting this to you, we wish you the very best of luck with next year's Congress. Thank you very much.
Thank you, National Committee. Thank you for wonderful days in beautiful Wrocław. More than 3,000 delegates enjoyed the Congress here, but we had here also a premiere. For the first time ever, we live-streamed important sessions, and the result exceeded all our expectations. We reached almost 95,000 people in the world, and 25,000 outside of this room watched our streaming worldwide. That's really a great, wonderful start. Thank you so much, IFLA communication team. Thank you so much, IFLA team. You did really a great, great job. We are all proud of you. Thanks so much. Donna, please.
Wait, no, it's Glòria's speech.
You invite Glòria. Yeah. May I help you?
Yes, I got it. Oh. Glòria, will you please join me at the podium?
For sure.
Out here. So a little over 2 years ago, when the day that Glòria found out that she had won the election, I happened to be traveling as well to Spain to go to the FESIBID conference, where she was the president, and I had great news for her. And I remember standing on the stage and announcing in Spanish, which I had practiced, that she had won the election, and we raised our hands like this, yes. And that was a beginning of a wonderful collaboration between the two of us, which I can't imagine that there could be a better person to lead this organization than Glòria Pérez-Salmerón.
Thank you, Donna.
So I hand over to you this symbol of office, and the presidency is really the steward for librarians around the world and the steward of IFLA. And I know that we all are going to be in wonderful hands, and I congratulate you, and I know we all wish you the best, and we cannot wait to hear what you have to tell us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you very much. Thank you for everything. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sheesh. Sheesh. Hello. Hola. Muy buenas tardes a todos. Orgullosa, emocionada y muy honrada. Authorities, all protocols observed, dear colleagues, I'm so proud and honored to start serving as IFLA as president of the International Federation of Library Associations and Institutions after having been involved in IFLA many years. I'm a public librarian who, just 14 years old, started working as a volunteer in the main public library of my city, Badalona, in Barcelona, Catalonia, Spain. My entire career was being developed in the library field, in different positions that have encouraged me to serve as at highest level in this incredible and well-regarded 90-year-old organization. I truly believe that universal access to information is a question of freedom for every human being, and that libraries are the gates to gaining democracy through information for all. Therefore, we, librarians, have the utmost responsibility to use all our skills and efforts in order to safeguard and widen these gates for the benefit of our societies. As the Spanish poet Antonio Machado once wrote, "Caminante, no hay camino, se hace camino al andar. Traveler, this is no path, the path is made by walking." We, as librarians, can be outstanding at organizing, preserving, and disseminating information, but tackling the global challenges altogether is the key of our success, of our mission. Librarians, there is something that we really must to believe in it and make the leitmotif of our work. We have the responsibility for gaining access to knowledge in all its dimensions and making it a reality for the communities we are committed to. Our role is much more than running our libraries and information centers day to day, much more than agreeing and reaching a consensus on standards and guidelines. Our main task is being the gears of the motors for a real and visible change and the development of our society. Let's take the UN Agenda 2030 as an opportunity to help people achieve the Sustainable Development Goals through our library activity. Let's work together with our governments and institutions in the development of national plans, putting forward initiatives that can facilitate the transformation of our world. I ask you all to make a special effort to bring on board library authorities and associations from countries all over the world who are not members of IFLA yet. We need to work together more than ever. There is not an IFLA for public libraries. There is not an IFLA for academic libraries, or an IFLA for another particular kind of libraries. IFLA is the main library umbrella organization in the international arena, and only by working as a united library field, involving also our strategic partners and stakeholders, we will succeed in providing successful and universal access to information. I'm extremely happy to lead IFLA with the new governing board members and the Secretary General, and share with all of you, the IFLA community, this new approach that IFLA is carrying out, transforming IFLA into a participatory and inclusive organization where each one of us has a key role. There's a great moment that was already started with the call to action by Donna Scheeder and the outgoing governing board members. Thank you very much, Donna. I'm sure I can count on you all to build together a united library field. My program as IFLA President 2017-2019 is aligned with IFLA's new approach of a participatory and inclusive organization, looking also for its sustainability. I'm going to focus on changing our mindsets, being highly effective in social involvement as leaders, advocating for important issues like information literacy, digital transformation, innovation, digital preservation, and copyright reform. We need to create an effective synergy among libraries networks to take advantage of and synchronize the tremendous work we must do over the coming years. We will achieve this commitment because we are powerful and passionate, and we know better than anyone else that libraries are the motors for change. I'm very pleased to meet you all face-to-face in our yearly conference and council. And I'm totally convinced that what is really worthwhile and we will make the difference right now, is what we are going to achieve working together with our advocacy work every day, 365 days a year. I count on you all, those who are involved in IFLA 60 professional units, sections and special interest groups, together with our Secretary General, Gerald Leitner, and IFLA staff, national library associations, institutions, and librarians all over the world. For this reason, it is very important that we share a common vision and structure our responsibilities in order to get effective global results while we act locally and regionally and in a synchronized way. Dear colleagues, I put my trust in you all. I believe in our common vision, capacity, commitment, and involvement. Libraries are the motors for change, and we all, librarians, we are the gears and will drive this change, resulting in an effective democratic access to information for all people in our societies. Muchas gracias. Cuento con todos vosotros. Thank you very much. I count on each one of you. Thank you. Dear colleagues, again, our thanks to all involved in making possible this great conference and congress, and to all participants. I now formally close the 83rd IFLA World Library and Information Congress and look forward to seeing all of you in Kuala Lumpur in 2018.
Two great presidents. Wow.
Thank you very much.
Donna. Wow. Thank you so much. Really.
We will meet very soon.
No.